Streameth. What the fuck is up? What the fuck is poppin'? Trying to get your money up for the motherfucking podcast. You dig? Back with another one. Back with another one. 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. My cat is annoying me right now. Ramadan Mubarak to all my Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. You already know what the fuck is about to happen. We waited 30 days for this. 30 stressful days. Stressing from work, coming back home, stressing on rivals, my nigga. No motherfucking weed. No, I need that. I need that. Need to put BB in Spliff. Anyway. About to roll that up and watch some random fucking videos until I either fucking pass out or somebody gets me into a video game, because I don't even feel like playing anything right now. That being said,
imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.
Got the Paxkey right here. Feel me? We love. Alexa, turn my.
I might get canceled for saying this, but most of the emotional weight that you carry every single day is stuff that you were never meant to hold in the first place. Like guilt about things that I said a year ago, or fear that I'm not doing enough. I've been holding on to resentment because someone hurt me and never apologized. The truth is,
it started with a single mysterious radio signal, encrypted and impossible to decode. But U.S. intelligence believes it was a secret message aimed at Iranian sleeper cells, and they could already be living in your neighborhood. Hi, I'm Josh, and on today's episode of the Infographic Show, we're revealing how Iran's covert army might already be closer than you think. The mysterious signal, broadcast in Farsi, has left experts puzzled about its true purpose. Some suggest it could be an Iranian number station trying to reach operatives abroad. Others warn it might be foreign intelligence sending instructions to agents inside the country. Whatever the meaning behind it, the timing is striking. The station first came to life on February 28th, within 12 hours of the first strikes inside Iran. Its purpose? Well, that question alone has sent intelligence agencies into a panic. As the U.S.-led war continues, Iran's desperation is growing. But how far will they go? Could they be pushed toward extreme measures, actions that leave little room for negotiation or escape? Just about every red line has been crossed by now, with the only one remaining being U.S. boots on the ground. The killing of the Ayatollah has made it almost impossible for Iran's more moderate leaders to push for diplomacy. Tensions only escalated when Israel struck Iran's oil infrastructure. Iran's energy shortages, already bad before the war, have worsened, with recent attacks threatening deeper crises. Karg Island, the heart of Iran's oil exports, remains untouched. If the U.S. targets it, Iran's economy would be crippled and spark public outrage. Meanwhile, U.S. and Israeli strikes have decimated the country's missile program, cutting missile and drone attacks by over 80%. Tehran is left with limited conventional deterrence and possibly pushing it toward unconventional responses. What does this mean, though? How big is the threat? And are you living next door to an Iranian sleeper cell waiting to get activated? Iran's asymmetrical capabilities have historically consisted of what is widely known as the Axis of Resistance, made up primarily of Shia militants across Western Asia and the Middle East. It's a group of paramilitary fronts organized and subsidized largely by Iran. Through the various agents, Iran can attack enemies and act with plausible deniability. The primary players include Hezbollah, one of Iran's largest client organizations. Quickly galvanized by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, Hezbollah unified separate factions into a single force. A persistent thorn in Israel's side, it remains equipped with mortars and rockets largely financed by Iran. In the opening days of the Iran war, the IRGC reached out to its proxy forces, and Hezbollah is currently the only group to mount a significant response, a move that may have strained its leadership after Israel's devastating attacks in late 2024. The Islamic Resistance in Iraq, or IRI, is another key component, though its ability to coordinate at scale has been reduced by U.S. military action. Composed of Shia militias outside Iraq's official government, the IRI has carried out rocket and drone strikes on U.S. bases and organized violent protests targeting the Baghdad Green Zone. Hamas, once Iran's trump card alongside Hezbollah, has seen its power greatly diminished and did not respond to Iran's call to action, largely remaining dormant. The Houthis are probably Iran's most operationally successful proxy and have repeatedly attacked shipping in the Bab al-Mandeb Strait. This has impacted global trade, forcing cargo ships to avoid the Suez Canal and reroute around the Cape of Good Hope. The problem with Iran's axis of resistance is that each actor is a known threat, and thus the US, Israel, and other allies have worked to degrade their capabilities. Israel decimated Hezbollah's ability to pose a significant threat and combined that with the destruction of much of Hamas. Tensions are escalating everywhere, and there is more to uncover. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and don't miss our other videos on what's happening in the Middle East. While it's possible that the mysterious signal was aimed at these groups, it's far more likely that the signal that has Western intelligence on edge was meant for other threats. Threats which have laid low and out of much of the public sight despite being very active in the last few years. For nearly a decade, Iranian covert agents have been at work abroad. Influence agents have worked to sway public opinion in the Western world away from Israel, penetrating even into college campuses typically under the guise of Palestinian liberation organizations. However, things became significantly more kinetic starting in the 2020s. In 2021, a cell of Iranian agents was charged in the US for conspiracy to kidnap. Their target was American journalist and human rights activist Masih Alinejad. The Iranian-born activist had exposed the regime's abuses and called for a change on the world stage. The plan was to send her to Iran where she could face torture and execution. The agents were also charged with sanctions violations, bank and wire fraud, and money laundering. In 2025, European nations condemned Iran for launching a variety of intelligence and criminal operations against Americans and Europeans. Britain disrupted 20 Iranian plots to kidnap or kill British citizens or Iranians living in the UK. 3 Iranian nationals were arrested and charged in a plot to kill journalists in Britain whom the Iranian regime viewed as threats. This was part of a larger operation specifically targeting Iranian operatives, with 8 Iranian nationals detained prior to this. In Germany, Iran recruited a Danish citizen to conduct surveillance on Germany's Jewish citizens. It's believed that this was in anticipation of a terror attack targeting German Jews. This came just 5 years after Iranian-German Jamshid Sharmad was kidnapped in Dubai by Iranian agents and smuggled into Iran, where he was eventually executed in late 2024 following a sham trial. It's clear that Iran poses a significant threat and has been waging a shadow war against the West. The question is, how much more damage can it do? The truth is, Iran may be capable of far more today than it was a year ago. The evidence from this comes from a disturbing new trend in Iranian operatives overseas, a willingness to work with violent criminal organizations. The first hints of this popped up in 2011 when Iranian intelligence tried to hire a Mexican cartel hitman to murder the Saudi ambassador. The would-be hitman, however, turned out to be a DEA informant who quickly informed his handlers of the plot. Mansour Arbab-Siar was sentenced to 25 years for the plot. Now it's believed that Iran is once more turning to criminal contacts to carry out attacks abroad. A would-be Pakistani assassin was discovered and convicted of attempting to kill U.S. politicians, and it's believed that organized crime helped grease the wheels of the Iranian operation. In early 2026, Carlyle Rivera, a convicted murderer and U.S. citizen, was sentenced to 15 years in prison as part of a murder-for-hire plot on behalf of the Iranian government. Rivera's target was a journalist critical of the Iranian regime. Plots against senior U.S. politicians have also been uncovered, though none have reached an executable stage. Iran has repeatedly warned that President Donald Trump remains a target for assassination in retaliation for the 2020 killing of Iranian commander Qasem Soleimani. It's believed that drug cartels could be helping facilitate Iranian operations. Targeted by the US government in Mexico and Ecuador, criminal cartels are finding themselves having a shared enemy with Iran. Given the incredible resources at both groups' disposals, the threat is significant enough for US security forces to take note. But attacks may not be reserved just for journalists and political figures. It's increasingly feared that Iran might be mobilizing jihadists that it's kept in reserve until just this moment. With the war going increasingly poorly for Iran, the nation may be looking to enact revenge via international terrorism. It has the resources from its vast oil wealth, as well as the talent. Iran is the largest sponsor of terrorism in the world. Any potential terror attack by Iranian proxies in the West is unlikely to be as high profile as the September 11th attacks. Those required years of preparation, and Iran is unlikely to have been capable of keeping such a large-scale operation in its back pocket for so long without foreign intelligence learning of it. Instead, Iran is more likely to carry out a series of smaller-scale attacks meant to demoralize and terrorize the American and Israeli population. Mass casualty events involving running over pedestrians is a major fear due to the ease with which such an attack could be carried out. Bombings of civilian targets using homemade explosives is also possible. One such attack was foiled in early March 2026, just outside the home of New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani. The two perpetrators are not believed to be linked to Iran, but they were instead motivated by ISIS. One of the perpetrators claimed that he had watched ISIS propaganda online and thus was motivated to carry out his attack. The explosive devices failed to detonate, but it could have been devastating. Launched into a crowd of protesters, the devices were homemade bombs packed with nuts, bolts, and screws to act as deadly shrapnel. The NYPD were able to tackle both suspects and arrest them. The true scale of Iran's threat, however, is unknown. While it is very likely that Iran has sleeper cells across the Western world, these are likely to be small in size and not well equipped for large-scale attacks. The war in Iran has proven one thing: the US and Israel have thoroughly penetrated Iranian intelligence and government, allowing them to precisely target over 40 senior figures in the government and military in the first few days of the war. With such penetration, it's unlikely that Iran could finance and equip a large number of sophisticated sleeper cells in the US and abroad. Much more worrying is Iran's ability to funnel millions into international cartels and other criminal organizations, who are better equipped to carry out significantly more damaging campaigns against the US. Whatever prior safeguards existed are likely all gone now as the result of widespread attacks by the US. The Rubicon has been crossed, and Iran is likely preparing to do its worst. To get a deeper look at just how far Iran could go and what their next moves might be, check out Iran's World War III plan. It breaks down the strategies and risks that could reshape the global landscape.
Could you use up to $800? Find it at BioLife. Up to $800 is waiting for you. Just donate plasma.
It was a forest of the impaled, almost 24,000 corpses, men, women, and children, stakes driven through their bodies. It was a massacre beyond imagination. Insane? Absolutely. But it wasn't just cruelty, it was a weapon, a terrifying strategy, the specter of fear. Hey, I'm Josh, and on today's episode of the Infographics Show, we'll reveal the horrifying things Vlad the Impaler did to his enemies. 1456 was a time of turbulence, of shifting powers. Loyalties changed with the wind. And for Vlad III, it was time for vengeance. The second son of Vlad Dracul, once the ruler of Wallachia, part of modern Romania, he had returned to Wallachia to reclaim his family's place as ruler. His father had been murdered, his older brother buried alive, so he had endured one betrayal after another. So when he climbed to his place at the top, Vlad III already understood the nature of his power. He knew more than most what cruelty could achieve. He saw treachery everywhere, in the nobles, in the court, in the shifting allegiances that had destroyed his family. Mercy was weakness. Mercy got you killed. There was only one way to rule: fear. And nowhere was Vlad's fearsome reputation more obvious than in the capital city of Târgoviște. So how does fear shape a ruler? One legend said Vlad's men placed a valuable golden goblet at the local fountain. Everyone could use it. Everyone had to use it. The peasants, the merchants, the wives, and the children. And yet, no one dared steal it. It would sit there at the fountain until the day Vlad died. Had it been moved from its place, the local fountain. One legend said Vlad's men placed a valuable golden goblet at the local fountain. Everyone could use it. Everyone had to use it. The peasants, the merchants, the wives, and the children. And yet, no one moved from its place. The city streets would have been lined with heads on pikes. Vlad took pleasure in violence. It was all he really understood. He'd laugh at the flaying of his prisoners' feet, the flesh shorn off and covered in stinging salt. He would delight in seeing his enemies scream in pain. This was the same man who was lied to by one of his concubines. She had tried to gain favor by telling him she was pregnant with his child. He didn't believe her. After proving his point with a knife, he told his people, "Let the world see where I have been." He was an evil man. His mind was filled with paranoia. But if truth be told, he had every right not to trust. All around him were principalities that bought their safety from the Ottomans. Cowards, Vlad thought, all of them paying tribute in gold, grain, and at times their own children. And so he chose another path. Wallachia wouldn't pay. Vlad told his people, 300,000 of them, they would have no foreign master. He would keep them safe from the Muslim hordes. He ruled with perfect order, but an order forged in violence. When he promised that no one in his kingdom would starve, he meant it. But this was Vlad we're talking about. His policies always came at a cost. The beggars, the cripples, the vagrants, they were all invited to a great banquet. People whispered in the street, could it really be true? Vlad the merciful? Vlad the gentle and kind? The poorest and most downtrodden in the kingdom amassed at his castle. They filled their plates with meat and fish, their goblets overflowing with wine, the finest fare in all of Wallachia. With their bellies full, they sang Vlad's name in celebration. He stood up at the table and shouted to the crowd, some now dizzy with wine, some of them blind, some with missing limbs, "Do you want to be without cares, lacking nothing in this world?" "Yes," they all shouted back in unison. Tears of happiness ran down their cheeks. "No one will be poor in my realm." Cheers rang out. Feet stamped on the floor as goblets were held up in celebration. And Vlad...
1 second, y'all. I think my cat took a shit. And I ain't trying to smell that shit. So I'ma go change this shit. Right the fuck now. My cat decided to do some motherfucking bullshit. Boy decided to shit right on the fucking litter mat. You're so annoying. You decide to do that right when I start smoking. You're hilarious and annoying. I still love you though. But God, you're annoying. Yes, you. He's just gonna fucking lift his fucking leg and lick balls after I said that. He don't give a fuck.
Was a man of his word. The Ottomans he so deeply hated and feared were far more capable than he was of taking care of their poor. They ran soup kitchens and homeless shelters. They had free hospitals for the sick and the lame. He couldn't compete with that. But he did as he promised. The poorest and the hungry were soon gone from his realm. When the banquet was nearly over, the crowd full and grateful, still praising his generosity, he rose and walked out through the heavy wooden doors. His men barred them behind him. Burning arrows struck the walls. Resin caught fire. The timber went up and there was no escape. They choked on the smoke or perished in the flames. Maybe 200 of them, possibly 600. The exact figure isn't known. The chronicles don't get bogged down with numbers, but the fact remains, Vlad built a furnace for the most needy in his kingdom, and he claimed it was for the greater good. After all, the people he called idle, the criminal leeches, were now all gone. He tended to the desperate without spending more than the cost of a meal. Was it fear or mercy? The threat to Vlad's rule didn't come from the poor. They were merely an inconvenience. It was the other nobles that he had to worry about, the same people who had murdered his family. When Vlad returned to Wallachia, he had most of them arrested. He used them as forced labor to rebuild the ruins of the Castle Poenari, his new home at the top of a mountain. High up and away from danger, it stood at the top of almost 1,500 stone stairs. It was now Castle Dracula, built with the hands of the purged. Many old and frail who died in their labor. If this tale of vengeance and terror sent chills down your spine, make sure to like and subscribe for more stories of history's most horrifying figures. Know someone who thrives on the darker side of the past? Share this video and see if they can handle it. When he announced he'd come back to Wallachia to reclaim the throne, it wasn't just ambition. His father had been overthrown and killed in a rebellion involving local boyars and Hungarian forces. These same boyars had all
Need some more fucking water. I got cotton. Oh, that's it. Oh, man. Hit the motherfucking spot. You're not gonna let my hand go? Put your nails away at least, bro. You just gonna hold me hostage?
also played a role in the death of his eldest brother. So now that Vlad was back, he wanted to talk. It was Easter when he summoned almost every last boyar in Wallachia to an audience at his residence, hundreds of them. Each one of them was too wealthy, too powerful, to imagine what was in store for them. The message Vlad had sent was one of conciliation, but again, he was lying. They dined on venison and piglet roasted over an open flame. It was seasoned to perfection with pepper and cinnamon that had traveled for months along the trade routes from the east. They ate pike from the local rivers and cheese from mountain goats, honey cakes and sweet pastries for dessert, washed down with locally made wine and plum brandy. As cauldrons steamed in the kitchens and smoke from the fires wafted through the great hall, Vlad stood up at the table. The old elites looked up, their bellies full, their minds racked with suspicion. "Who have you served throughout your life?" he asked. Some shouted back, their replies revealing that they had shifted their loyalties many times over the years. They had supported whoever could line their pockets. That included Vlad's own brother and father, until someone else offered a better deal. Vlad's men rounded them up. The elderly were impaled immediately outside the castle. Vlad, that included their loyalty, looked up from the fires. Locally made mountain goat months along the trade route. It was seasoned to perfection with pepper and cinnamon that had traveled for months along the trade routes from the east. They ate pike from the local rivers and cheese from mountain goats, honeyed cakes and sweet pastries for dessert, washed down with locally made wine and plum brandy. As cauldrons steamed in the kitchens and smoke from the fires wafted through the great hall, Vlad stood up at the table. The old elites looked up, their bellies full, their minds racked with suspicion. That included Vlad's own brother. The elderly were impaled immediately outside the castle. The young and fit marched for 50 long miles. It was a death march medieval style. Those who were strong got straight to work. With swords pointed at their backs, they lifted heavy stones, laboring for weeks on end with barely any sustenance to power them. Men whose soft hands were used to only counting money were now slaves. One by one, they collapsed from exhaustion. When they could no longer work, Vlad had his men impale them alive. A sharp stick driven through their internal organs. Each one was left out in the road for anyone who passed. It was a message written in blood. This is what happens to deceivers, to men who are disloyal. With the old nobles purged, he needed men who would die for him. Not ancient family names, not landed aristocrats, men who toiled on the farms and would sacrifice everything for a noble leader. Vlad was building a peasant army, an inspiration for the tyrants of the future. He gathered loyal farmers, soldiers, enforcers, mercenaries, and outsiders from other lands. Some were hardened fighters, some were thugs, but they were dependent on him, and that is all that mattered. These men, the thousands of them, became his instruments of power, and they were excellent and loyal workers. They spied for him, they arrested people, and they punished them with a vengeance. And that's when justice in Wallachia became swift and spectacular. A thief might be crushed under a heavy cartwheel, a traitor flayed with a sharp knife, a rebel's impaled body displayed as a warning to everyone else. This was Vlad's new power base, ruthless, obedient, and incredibly effective. Without them, his rule would not have survived a season, never mind years. The Ottomans surrounded Wallachia on all sides. They were pragmatic people. Pay tribute and you can practice Christianity. Wallachia under Vlad was still technically a vassal state. It was still expected to pay. The Ottomans were unbeatable, too powerful, too advanced for small states to form a resistance. How did Vlad respond? When it came to the Turks, he had very little time for tolerance. They tried to make amends, but he wasn't interested. Once they sent an envoy, ambassadors from the mighty Sultan Mehmed II, ruler of a vast and formidable empire, with one message: pay and your kingdom will remain under your control. We don't want war. Vlad invited the ambassadors into his castle. He offered them comfort and food. It seemed like his intentions were good, until the Turks refused to remove their turbans. They apologized. It was a religious custom, not an insult. Vlad had his men hold them down one by one. As the Turks screamed out, their apologies went unheard. Vlad's men drove long spikes through their heads, nailing their turbans in place for the rest of their very short lives. Word soon spread. Vlad was upsetting the order of things. He was becoming a thorn in the side of everyone around him.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder.
And he was just getting started. He needed money, he needed goods. His small kingdom was locked in, surrounded by towns and villages of Germans and Turks. They were not prepared for what came at them. Vlad's ruthless army, raiders prepared to enact the worst atrocities heard about in centuries. He sent them to the neighboring Transylvania, Brasov and Sibiu, thriving centers of commerce and a home to a large population of German merchants. Situated on busy trade routes, they were known for their riches. They didn't know what hit them. Vlad's men didn't just loot. They set the outskirts ablaze, turning the sky black with smoke. People ran screaming as they were cut down one by one. As the merchants watched from behind the city walls, Vlad turned the fields into a forest of stakes, impaling thousands to send a message. Raid after raid followed in the same vein, mass slaughter. Everything burned. In his wake, he left masses of innocent citizens dead, their bodies impaled on stakes. His men would throw people into cauldrons of boiling water. Officials and citizens alike, all across southern Transylvania, settlements and towns were plundered and burned to the ground. This was an open rebellion. Vlad was raiding Ottoman territories, towns no longer able to pay tribute because Vlad had left nothing and no one behind. Vlad the Impaler had to be stopped. All over Europe, people heard his name, his actions described in Saxon medieval chronicles. Like the time he entered a town and gathered up 300 locals. He boiled every one of them in batches, one after another, until their meat was tender. Those he left alive were forced to eat the meat, mothers eating sons, husbands eating wives. Stories printed in what was effectively a tabloid media of the Middle Ages. He was a madman. An accusation perfectly encapsulated by what happened in April of 1459 at the Transylvanian city of Brasov. This was a beautiful place surrounded by mountains, with the castle walls supposed to keep men like Vlad from entering. His men pillaged and burned down the houses. He gathered up the men, the women, and the children and took each of them to the hill by the Chapel of St. James. It was there that he ordered his men to set up a table for his lunch. As he filled his stomach with stolen food, he watched the townsfolk, young and old, impaled on spikes, their blood seeping down the poles. The Chronicle said that he had dipped his bread in the blood of his victims because watching human blood flow gave him courage. It seemed that some of his soldiers didn't have the same beliefs. One of them once covered his mouth because of the stink of human flesh. Vlad ordered his men to impale him. This is how Vlad turned impalement into a strategy. Each stake used for impalement might have come from the forest. There was no shortage of trees at the foothills of the Carpathian Mountains, and since many of the buildings he burned down were made from wood, there would have been plenty of stake material on offer. Oak would have worked well. Its strength would be ideal for holding up an impaled body. And there were thousands of impalements. That meant cutting branches, stripping off of the bark for extra smoothness, and sharpening one end. Time-wise, maybe 20 to 30 minutes just to make the stake, and another 10 minutes to dig the hole to hold the stake in the ground once the person was impaled. Vlad's men likely greased the sharpened pole. As for thickness, it had to be strong enough to hold up a man. The spike was then bashed with a mallet. It was about the only way you could force something that big into a man's body. The pole and the impaled man could be fixed into a hole in the ground. His own body weight would likely ensure he gradually slid down the stake. How long the person survived isn't well understood. There would have been massive internal bleeding, even if the pole missed the heart and the lungs. In Egypt, where impalement was also practiced, some people were said to still be breathing after 3 hours. Grim reports of impalement in Indonesia said Dutch soldiers slaughtered about 10,000 ethnic Chinese in the 1740 Batavia massacre. But Vlad the Impaler, the master of horror, he might have been more exact. The chronicles suggest his stakes didn't always pop out randomly in the shoulder or the chest. No, his technique was better. The stake's journey through the body ended by protruding from the victim's mouth. Not always, but if done well, yes. If this is true, it would have taken considerable skill. These men were thugs, not surgeons. They couldn't control internal trauma or know that they wouldn't hit bones. They had no method of knowing the trajectory mouthward was correct except for experience. In real life, it's almost certain that the impalement would have been much messier than the chronicles suggest. It would have taken a long time. Documents state that he could impale thousands a day, one time as many as 30,000 in just one morning. If the stakes were all already sharpened and the holes pre-dug, the impaling could have been like a production line. If it took 3 men for the operation, the absolute fastest they could have done it was probably around 10 minutes, and that is being very generous. That is 6 per hour, 72 a day for a 3-man crews. For 30,000 impalements, he'd need 417
I've been here.
Oh, we got you here now?
I've been here, dude.
No, because I was talking and you didn't say anything.
Well, I was probably cleaning my cat's bullshit up.
You wasn't here!
You know who wasn't? You know who was here? And who wasn't here?
Play Call of Duty. What?
Chris was here. And Leon wasn't.
Right. Right.
Because Chris is the
Leon
best.
doesn't help blacks.
I'll clip to that, you bitch. Oh my god, Leon is racist. Confirmed. Leon, that's Kennedy is racist. Yo, wait, he dead don't help blacks. The one black man he knew died, right?
Yep. We'll let him die.
Oh nah,
the
man.
Good boy.
It's confirmed. It's confirmed, bro.
Like the good boy he is.
Leon and motherfucking Vendetta is racist.
What?
It's confirmed.
Are you gonna play Call of Duty or no?
Yeah. You gotta wait though.
Oh my god,
Play
why?
another game or whatever. I'm gonna be done after that game.
What are you
getting
doing?
Belt? I'm smoking, dude.
Oh my god, you can't smoke, bro.
Yes, I can. It ended today,
You mean?
dumbass.
To
Fuck you,
me,
nigga.
it
Yeah,
and today ends tomorrow.
it ended today.
Oh my god, bro. Alright, well you could get on while you're packing.
No. What if I don't fucking want to?
Oh my god. Ah!
I'm not telling.
Hurry up and get on, bro.
Oh my god. Are you getting belted or something? Damn, why you want me to get on so bad?
Because I want to play COD. I'm not playing right now. I played 2 games earlier. I won my first and I lost my second. But I didn't lose any SR.
I mean, you got like, how much SR protection you got left?
Got one more loss. I can only take one more before. Then they'll start giving me a.
Well, I'm smacked this shit, so.
Oh my god. Oh, you're selling me.
Yo, we gonna have to see about that, bro. I gotta
No,
go
no,
to
no.
post first. I gotta go
No,
to
no.
post first.
No, we're not playing. We're not playing. Everything's okay, bro.
Nah, gang.
No, it's over.
Chill, bro.
That's over, bro. Click on Roblox
You don't
real
believe
quick.
it?
Oh, let's go on Roblox actually.
Nigga said Roblox. Nah.
Let's play fucking Castle Miners Z.
Yo. Nah, we getting on COD, pussy.
Oh my god.
Switching over. Boom. You like that transition stream? You keeping it on. Just gotta switch the game real quick.
You're lying. You're not streaming.
I am literally streaming.
So what was you streaming?
I was watching some shit on YouTube this about Vlad the Impaler. That nigga is fucking insane. You should watch that shit.
Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of that.
You shouldn't. Yo, he's insane, bro. The shit he did, dude, like, holy fuck.
Put a load on the face.
I think that's gay.
The hell?
My fault. I'm just speaking my mind. You don't want me to speak my mind?
Look at 60 tonight.
Yo,
Let me see.
look at the GOAT getting learning from the GOAT.
Let me see. I don't know if he got 60.
Look at young GOAT learning from big GOAT.
He did get 60.
Yo, you ain't bet on Luca? You ain't bet the house on Luca?
Nigga, Braun had
Yo,
a triple double.
Yo, you baited, bro.
Braun had a triple double.
Of course he
Luca
did.
had
I ain't
60 points and
surprised
5
about that.
steals.
God damn, though, Luca. God
How's it going?
damn, who they was playing?
The Heat.
Damn, bro. I'm sorry, gang.
Bro, doesn't matter. Luca's go. I'm on team
Oh,
Luca.
is Luca over the Heat now?
It's Luca over everything.
Oh, this nigga just threw his cock in his stomach.
Eat the whole plank.
Holy shit.
Or he's the reason why the Lakers are the 3rd seed in the West.
Yo, we winning it all, right?
Luka's winning it all, yeah.
Yo, you being gay?
No, Luka's
Luka and
Luka.
and LeBron, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, pussy?
That's crazy.
Matter of fact, LeBron's gonna get Finals MVP.
The fuck? I'm
just call
I'm
it
tired.
now.
I think I gotta go sleep.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. You don't go. It's no sleep, bro. What the fuck this nigga think this is? Tell me right now, stream.
Pistons are the only
Still
50-win
breathing.
team in the East.
Move.
Yeah,
Let me
it's
see.
shocked over there. It's shocked in the East. It's shocked. Shocked in the Eastern Conference.
I don't think it's chalked.
He needs serious medical
The
attention.
East
What
is
can I do
whack.
here? Get us medevac now.
The East is whack.
Assholes are trying to recreate my tech.
Ain't nobody in the Eastern Conference is top.
Where is that plane?
Not yet. They'll need more data than they got off
1
Mason.
second, stream.
Spurs is gonna be the 2026 NBA champions.
That's right. And we're gonna hand deliver it.
Is that plane from the? Where would the fuck? All right, that was confusing.
Don't confuse yourself.
No, you confused yourself because LeBron is gonna get Finals MVP. Nah, let me stop.
Need Deion Brown for 3 more rebounds.
Yo, no, you don't.
Oh my god. I don't think he's gonna get 3 more rebounds.
Bro, no, you fucking don't.
I'm yawning again.
No,
I
you
yawned
fucking
3
don't.
times in like 2 minutes. I think it's a sign.
You got work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Well, it don't fucking matter.
Ugh, I'm tired.
You wanna run new
Ah.
town? Then we run.
Newtown.
Yeah, just for me to warm
You went
up.
multiplayer? Oh my
I need to warm up.
god!
I don't want to sell you, gang. I
Who's
don't
gonna
want to
sell
sell
anyway?
you.
I'm gonna sell anyway.
Yeah, you chatting, nigga.
It's not like we're gonna use these guns or play on this map.
I'm gonna use the same exact class I have on ranked. That's what I do.
Oh, you're selling me.
How am I selling? Because I want to warm up and make sure I'm not selling.
Oh
Does
no,
that make
it,
sense?
it feels like you are, okay? So
Hey, yo. How you know how I feel? Yo, what's up?
what's up with my penis? What did you laugh?
Because you're gay. And I'll clip
Bro,
you.
you gotta be mean, bro.
Yeah, finally she had a goddamn fucking him.
Bro, don't be mean.
I'm sorry.
What?
No, you're not.
Of course I am.
No, you're not.
Yo, we should play Chivalry.
No,
Yes. Chivalry 2.
play chivalry. Oh, that fucking
Yes.
voodoo, you voodoo bitch.
Yeah, you're special, bro.
I know what game you're talking about. I've seen that one. Oh, I've seen that one.
Dr. Disrespect played. Now let me stop.
Yep, him and the little kids.
Damn, bro. That's how you feel?
What?
Dr. D?
Dr. D to give the D.
That's gay.
Might as well do this camo challenge right now while we're in this game. Oh, my controller died.
Losing A.
Bro, these batteries
Oh,
suck.
shit, nigga.
I gotta get new batteries. These batteries are ass. They die like, they only last for like 2 hours. batteries only last for like 2 hours.
Losing B.
Take so
Bravo
long
lost.
to fucking use this thing.
We're losing Charlie. Hostile UAV established above. You're behind, Blackops.
Wait, I didn't kill the other guy?
Oh my god.
Enemy
Nah,
CUAV
I'm
established
smacked.
overhead.
It didn't even say I hit that guy.
I don't know if I'm
What?
lagging.
Enemy UAV detected.
I don't think I'm lagging. I'm just
I'm being gay. I'm using a grenade launcher, so
That's insane.
I gotta use the camo challenge.
Nah, I'm not talking about you.
Oh, that didn't get a kill. That's bullshit. Who do you?
Okay, I am lagging. I'm definitely lagging. I'm not lagging.
Underway on Bravo.
Stop lagging. Question mark.
Bro. I'll try.
Bro, I can. Don't worry, it won't be this many people. It won't be this map.
No, I know. I'm not tripping. I'm just trying to get my aim up.
Hostile UAV established above.
Definitely have to calibrate a few times.
Securing Alpha.
Enemy UAV in my sights.
Might as well do the camo challenge
Zone A
while
secure.
I think you
We're
saw
losing
it.
Charlie.
5 4
Locking
times
down
already.
Bravo.
might as well do the camo challenge.
Come on. We've lost
Just
Charlie.
making sure chat heard me. I need to charge my phone. Oh damn. Yeah. Fuck.
Enemy HKD drop detected.
Okay. Fucking close to flag. I already know this.
Hostile LDBR drop detected.
What if I get reported for using a grenade launcher?
Yeah, I'll take it. A lot of bullshit. You can't get reported for that.
We're losing Alpha.
What?
All zones lost. Securing C.
Yeah, they're really good at this game.
Yeah.
Securing Charlie.
These people might be comp, not gonna lie.
It might be comp. I'm telling you.
Yeah. They might go pro. Might have to bet on this tomorrow.
Nigga said might have to throw them on the slip. You gonna flex it?
Taking C.
Nah,
Nah, no flex. Power play.
Control zone B.
Yeah.
We're taking C.
Nigga wanna hide and then wait until I run. Okay.
Enemy
What
UAV
up,
detected.
Bro, this guy's
Like-
hilarious, bro.
Cool.
This fucking random person I'm shooting the grenade launcher at.
Why?
He just keeps running up to me and just dying. No.
Hostile UAV established above.
I'm crying, son. Niggas noob tubing it.
Look,
Nah,
I
that
killed
gotta
him
be
again.
fun, bro. That gotta be, yo, nah.
Just so
Oh,
dumb,
nah,
bro.
they backpacking now.
Stacking,
Yo, these
stacking
niggas, yo,
the grenade launcher.
word.
We're losing Charlie.
They double chowing.
Enemy
Bro,
UAV
double
detected.
chow the grenade launcher, bro. Most more power
okay,
down in the
bro.
game.
We been lost this game. I'm just fucking trying to not fucking
Hostile counter
be able to
UAV
not.
above.
Hey, you see how fucking smacked I am?
Taking A.
Nah, these niggas is killing us. I'm just.
Yeah, they are.
down, Charlie.
Oh my
Don't you, bro. They're
god.
going pro.
Bro. It's probably only us two left, right? There's no way. Like, niggas. This shit got me crying right now, son.
Inbound on your way.
Yo, good deal. What's good, gay? You know what's the word? This nigga trying to keep me on rate. But I'm telling this nigga I'm smacked. He is not listening. Yes.
I just hit this guy with a 360 YouTube, bro.
Oh, nah. Clip that, chat.
Securing B.
Well, I'm on a streak. I don't know what y'all niggas want to do about that.
We could,
I was on the trick earlier.
get on. I got my aim up. It's just these niggas is fucking killing us with all these scores. And they got more people and shit. Look, I couldn't even fucking reload all the way. What the fuck was that? Why the fuck did it take like 50 years to reload my driving distance?
Yo, what is up with my fucking TV?
Shot you.
Hellstorm inbound.
No.
Securing Alpha.
Yeah, these niggas is just dick riding now. How the fuck I ain't get the
What are you waiting for? Make your move.
Fucking TV is
Taking C.
Like, what is going on? That has to be internet, bro.
Hostile
Niggas
UAV
probably mad.
above.
Trophy
I'm
system.
not even missing at this point. Look, he's literally.
Yeah, I know.
I'm crying.
He got a trophy system right next to him.
Scrub and burn.
Yo, nah, niggas is so terrible at this game, bro. They let that shit happen and then left. I didn't really care though.
Yeah, I was like, if we're playing this, just gonna grind the camo.
Nigga said, might as well got a camera. Well, I'm here like 5,000 times. Yo.
Yeah, this guy's not getting it. He's not getting the 5 rebounds or over.
You gotta believe, bro.
No, he's not getting it.
It's fucked up.
Don't believe him.
bro. Everything is just so fucking. How possible?
Ah, fuck.
My TV's not working. I just got weed. Oh. How?
That shit just hurt it.
I wanna put my poop in the butt.